Joe, I'm joined now by Hans Vestberg, CEO of Verizon. Thank you for waking up so early here in Sun Valley today. Really appreciate it. So the big question for you is 5G, how quickly you could roll it out, but also competition with the other mobile carriers. How can you reassure investors that you can stay ahead in this battle without sort of, cost issues and a potential price war being really problematic?
I think that, first of all, we have been on to 5G for several years right now. We were first in the world to launch the 5G home broadband where we do it. We were first in the world with the 5G mobility. We have now 4 cities up. We're going to have 30 cities this year. We have 3 5G phones already out. So we, of course, are ahead of the game. But we, of course, respect all the competition. But, we pride ourselves with the best network. We have had that all the time with 4G. We're going to have it on 5G. So we are investing very prudently with our network, but network is our strategy, and it has been that for the inception of the company Verizon, and we're proud of it. So that's important for us. So I just want every American to have a 5G phone in their hands and see the huge impact it will do in a transformative way 5G will make in this country.
So Citi just downgraded Verizon this week, though, to neutral on concerns about the competitive environment and also pricing issues. How can you respond to those concerns when we have seen pricing wars in the past with the other carriers?
I think, first of all, it's always been a competitive market. I mean, wireless market in the US is extremely competitive, so it's nothing new to us. We are prepared. We're in the middle of a very big transformation of the company. We have changed the network. We have a new go-to-market. We had a voluntary offering. We're almost 10,400 people leaving us. So we are prepared. I mean, whatever will come up, Verizon will respond quickly, and we will manage our shareholders, our customers, our employees, and society in general. That's our work.
And your competitive market, though, is changing. We have Sprint, T-Mobile. Any predictions on when that deal will close?
No, I wish I had one. No, I don't know. I read the same newspapers as you, so we don't know. But it's a very exciting market to be in, the mobility and broadband and 5G and all of that. So, of course, there's a lot of hype and discussion about it. And of course, US is in lead of it. So it's an exciting time to be here and work.
There's a lot of speculation about who could buy some of those those Sprint T-Mobile assets, if it could be Dish, if Google could enter the fray, and what kind of a fourth mobile carrier that could create. What's your thoughts on the creation of a whole new rival and what the interest is in the mobile space right now?
I don't know, again, we will compete. I think that we're already having the best 4G network. We're ready with being first in the world with the 5G. We will just hammer on and execute, and I have a great team that is doing that every day. So our main focus is really to execute right now, and then a lot of things will happen around us.
One thing we're hearing a lot about here is the trade war with China, and Huawei says that it's in talks with Verizon and other carriers about licensing rights, up to $1 billion in licensing rights. Tell us what the latest is on that.
No, I think, first of all, we don't use any Huawei equipment, and we have no impact of the Chinese trade war, at least in the first instance. So for us, this is a non-event for us at the moment. We are executing our strategy with our Western European sort of vendors in our network. And we're first in the world. So it seems like you can do that without Huawei. So we're happy with our trajectory. So let's see.
So no reliance on China?
No.
Another topic here in Sun Valley is, of course, M&A.
Yeah.
Your rival, we've seen some rivals, AT&T, making massive moves into the media space.
Yeah.
Here we are, the AT&T deal closed in the past year, acquisition of Warner Media. What's your perspective on whether you need to make any acquisitions, and especially in the media space, what you're going to do next?
No, I think that, first of all, we're very happy with our assets. We have put together our strategy right now based on our Verizon Media Group, which is the Yahoo brands. We have our Verizon Business Group and Consumer Group. We have our assets in that. So I have said earlier that I want to execute on those assets right now. It might be some small tuck-ins here and there, but in general, we want to execute on our strategy right now that we think is a very compelling strategy and with compelling assets.
So in many ways going in the opposite direction than AT&T has
Yeah, and
gone.
I don't think it's strange, because if you're in the mobility space today, you can go anywhere, and there are going to be different strategies for these different carriers in the world. So it's nothing strange. We are taking and we are very happy with our strategy, and hopefully they are with their strategy.
A lot of CEOs here have been talking about regulation, and we spoke about this a little bit yesterday off camera.
Yeah.
We're about to see, or there's a lot of talk about regulating the tech sector. You, of course, are in a regulated space.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on the potential for regulation around antitrust, around privacy, data usage, data something that you deal with a lot?
Yeah. No, I think first of all, we understand the concerns and all of that. But ultimately, we need to remember that mobility, broadband and cloud, that combination is the 21st century's infrastructure. And if you can scale that, you can actually solve problems in the rest of the world that you have never thought about. If we start to shopping up that by regulation, we cannot give the same opportunities for everyone in this world. So that's very important. Secondly, I think the technology is moving so fast. So if you do regulation, it's just moving so fast, it's hard. So I think it's up to responsible leaders, and ultimately the customer will judge you if you do stupid things. I mean, we're building our brand on trust and innovation. We know that we need to fight every day to get that trust. And one thing you do wrong, you lose the trust. So I think that has to regulate. That's more important than anything else.
But ultimately, do you think that the government should regulate Google, Facebook, or should they break them up?
Now, I think that regulation, again, is difficult in tech sector. I think that customers will ultimately judge them. And I'm worried if we're going to have different regulation all around the world for platforms, for example, which means that the efficiency that we're getting from them today, that people can get digital healthcare, digital education on platform, we're going to lose that. And, you know, with the sustainable goals that we have in the world, we want everybody to have the same chance. I think that would be bad.